Hey y'all. Uh-oh. September 6th. Hold on, y'all. I am going live for the first time. 19, hold on. Just asking me something. But y'all go ahead and come on in. My birthday, September. Okay. Oh, 19. I probably should have did this. Or tried to. Oh my God. This is crazy. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. I want to go live on. Move closer. Say move closer. Play. I didn't know you had to do all this. Selfie. Let's hope I can do this, y'all. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all give me 1 second, I'm trying to, for those of y'all that are on TikTok, I'm not usually over here. So trying to go live there. Asking me for a face card. Lord have mercy. Let me see something. Y'all, bear with me, please. Give me a second. We're gonna get started in just a minute, but I really want to do this. This would mean so much. Y'all just don't know. This will mean so much to me. Is it the front or the back? Okay, there we go. Frame. I don't know, y'all. Hold on. Let me go back. Shoot. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. This face thing. Hey y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Oh, oh boy. Y'all know what? Age confirmation under review. What? I'm sad, y'all. I'm sad. I have to play with this later. I'm not gonna waste no more time. I'm gonna play with it later. It's saying that my age is under review. I tried to put my license in there. Apparently on TikTok, it's my first time was trying to go live on there, so I was trying to put my license in there or do a face card. Oh wait, let me see what we on. Okay, yeah, we on the right Wi-Fi. Okay, so that's that. We'll try it again next time. Listen, things gonna come up, and that's how we learn. That's how we grow. So I know next time to try to do it ahead of time. Just do like a little. But I'm glad that I'm actually able to go live over there. So, cause I just started being on there more, and you have to have a certain criteria. So I'm glad of that. So it's a win. It's still a win. But hey y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in. As y'all know, we are gonna talk about faith and beauty on tonight. Beauty and faith on tonight. I hope y'all can see me Good. And yeah, we're gonna talk about faith and beauty. I'm gonna bring this down just a little bit to being that, well, maybe, yeah, just a little bit like that. Okay, so so that my face is not in the comments. But no, thank y'all so much for tuning in. This is gonna be a great subject on tonight. I just feel it. I have a whole lot going on here. I literally have a whole lot going on here. But you know what? As I was coming on, I was like, oh, you know how you get to that crunch time and you start thinking, and so I was like, you know what? Speak from the heart. So, I don't know what you guys were expecting. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate the compliment. I am, and a lot of you, she said, I look amazing. So a lot of you may think it's the makeup or the hair or the clothes, but no, it's I'm working on my inner glow. And so that's what we're going to talk about on tonight. Working on that inner glow. So, I'm gonna just wait for a couple more people to come in. Hey, Lysandra. Hey, Church Boy. Hey, Miss Dorothy. Hey, hey, Shanika, Niqua. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, it's me, Tunisha Hill, your inspirational singer, your beauty enhancer, and your motivational certified lifestyle coach. So I've been working on some things throughout the, you know, longevity of my life. And some things been hitting my heart lately. And I said I'll come on here and I'll talk to you guys about it. And that's just where we're going to go. So listen, all I need is, the Bible says, well, 2 or 3 are gathered, there he shall be in the midst. And so I got enough people on here to go ahead and go on with what I'm saying. Those of you that may tune in later and watch the replay, or you tuning in later, you can go back and watch the replay. So I just want to start by saying, you know, I thank God for vision. I thank God for vision. And I feel like all of us have vision. And sometimes we get stuck because what we see and what we want to see does not always come as fast as we want it to come. Or it doesn't even look like what we think it should look like. So what I'm learning in this season of my life is, yeah, I have a, you know, I have expectation. I have a way that I think things should be. But I am leaning and depending, and I am freely flowing with whatever God says, because he knows, and he been doing his thing a lot. And so I just want to say thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. I did an introductory video just to kind of give y'all a little insight on what this is all about. I did an introductory video, and a lot of you responded well to it. Thank you so much for your comments. Thank you for your shares. Just that simple act was a seed sown into a vision greater than myself. Because of you, someone else, someone new, because of your share, they now know there's a place to heal, to glow, and to grow as they transform and walk into their purpose. It's not just my journey, but it's ours. Every share, every like, every comment helps amplify the sound of hope, healing, and beauty. So I see you guys. I notice you. I hear you. Thank y'all so much. You're not only supporters, but you are teammates, catalysts. You are change makers. And together, we can do this thing. And so a lot of people are hurting. A lot of people are going through so much. And I feel like I made a vow that in my time of depression, in my time of uncertainty, I was looking for a place. And so I said, Lord, if you heal me from this, if you bring me out of this, I will be the voice that you can use to help somebody else come out of something that they may be going through. So that's where all of this comes from. And although it has different elements to it, it's all saying the same thing. Heal, you can rise, you can rebuild, you can radiate. And so when your heart heals, your glow returns. And so through the beauty aspect of it, the inspirational singing, the motivational lifestyle coaching, all of that is grafted in together to make one sound, and that is the sound of hope. So tonight's topic, you guys, and I want y'all to interact with me. I have a way that I want it to go, but I'm just gonna flow, and however it flows, it just flows. I am learning not to try to be perfect, but to be present and to be effective. So with that being said, so we talking about beauty. And so a lot of people think beauty comes from the outside and, what you put on your face, how you do your hair, what you wear, how you smell, all of that outside, we graft that in as beauty. But honestly, beauty comes from within. It's not just a physical thing. It's a person's inner being. And so with that, beauty is my passion. Okay? And so what I have noticed lately, because I've been paying attention, and I have also went through the transition, I've noticed that there's a certain look that a person carries when life has hit them hard. Their eyes, their posture, the way they respond, it's like someone that's out of place. And so a lot of times we see that. It's the look of someone who may have lost something or may have lost someone. It's the look of one who may believe that like all their hope is gone. It's that look, that silent cry that says something inside of me has shifted. And so we look at people and we see that. And sometimes we look in the mirror and we see that and we just try to push through. And when we see that in people, unfortunately, sometimes we just keep going. We won't say anything. We'll just say, you know what? Maybe they're just tired. Maybe they're just tired. But deep down inside, we know that it's something more than just tiredness. But that look does not have to stay. That look does not have to last forever. There comes a moment when we decide to pick up ourselves from defeat. When we stop playing the game or relying on what went wrong, because something inside of us remembers who we are and whose we are. So I hope it can return. Our dreams, they can reignite. our strength can find its way back to our bones. And so when we realize that God never disqualified us, he was just qualifying us through our setbacks and through every no, through every delay, through every disappointment. He was building endurance in us. So I don't know if you've ever been in that position, if you've ever seen someone in that position, where our light is dimmed. And sometimes that comes from like suppressing ourselves. I don't know if y'all know that suppression, it leads to depression. And so what suppression looks like, right? Okay, so I just want to say that. So let me get a little more in detail. What suppression looks like is some of you guys, maybe all of you guys, have something inside of you that makes you glow, that makes you unique, that makes you stand out. And so sometimes when we get around certain people that may not understand us or may not even accept us, and it ain't really even an exception, but they don't want that glow to outshine. Sometimes we will dim ourselves. We feel it. We can act like, oh, everything's fine, but we feel the tension. And so what we begin to do is we begin to suppress. So whereas you would show up, and I'm just going to use an example. Whereas you would show up to an occasion and you say, you know what, I'm feeling good. This for my ladies. I'm feeling good. I'm going to do my hair. I'm going to do my makeup. I'm going to put on this. You know, I'm going to really feel myself today. And we go to wherever it is that we're going and we feel ourselves and we begin to flow in that. And so then we catch the vibe of maybe someone who does not quite want to embrace that about us. They'll say things like, who she thinks she is? I'm talking to my ladies. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. But who she thinks she is? She thinks she all that. Or look at her, she doing the most. And so sometimes those words, they get into our spirit. And so now, so that we don't have to deal with that is rejection. So we don't have to deal with that rejection. We say, okay, next time I go over there, next time I go around, I ain't going to do too much. I'm going to kind of dim it down a little bit. So instead of me, you know, doing my hair, makeup, and clothes, because y'all know we do our hair, makeup, and clothes. We be in there. So you say, instead of me doing all that, I'm going to maybe I just do my hair. And instead of me putting on a full face of makeup, I'll just put on some lip gloss. And so now, you don't want that attention drawn to you. So you can kind of fit in. But a lot of us were not made to fit in. We were made to stand out. And so when we do that, okay, when we do that, and fellas, y'all get dressed up, go get a haircut, be smelling good, stick your chest out. Oh, who they think they is? Who they think they is? An alpha male? Like what they got going on? They trying to pick up this and that and this and that. And so we can't help how society, the world, view us. We can't help what we look like in the eyes of others. We cannot help that. That's not our problem to solve. And so when we begin to dim ourselves down, it leads to you not being who you were truly called to be. And when you're not truly who you were called to be, you begin to fall into a state of depression. And so now you really don't have the end. You really don't like to do the things that you used to love to do. You kind of lose grasp on that. And so that is a place where a lot of people are right now. But they pushing through it, and they're living life, but they're unhappy because the life that they're living is not the life that they're truly, hey, good evening, that they truly want to live. And so y'all, listen, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit of my testimony. I ain't gonna go too deep, but just a little bit of my testimony of that part of me and where I found myself. So I am a very personal person, right? So I'm very personal, and so a lot of things I don't like to share. But I'm coming out of that because there are some things that need to be shared that can help other people, because a lot of people look at you and they think you have it all together. And so from the feedback, I'm not going to say from the feedback that I've gotten in my life, a lot of people think like I got it all together. I don't have no problems. I don't have, hiccups. I can just do something and it just worked for me. But that is so not the case. So a little bit of my testimony is I felt myself falling into a depression state because God had given me a vision. And so shout out, before I go, shout out to Miss Sabrina Henley, a purpose pusher, a destiny shaker, like in awakening of the spirit, the mind, the body, and the soul. Because this is a part of a vision that God had given me way back in 2017. And I have done many vision boards. I can even go back and show you guys the vision boards. So it was he gave me the instructions on what to do. And from 2017 up until 2025, okay, 25, I've been going through my process. And so even though he gave me the vision, it wasn't going to be tomorrow that everything came together. I've had to go through a whole decade of different transitions, and I'm still not there yet, but guess what? I have clarity. I can see my way now. And so whatever God want to do, I'm here, I'm present, and I'm doing. So a lot of you that know me, I've been working through music for a long time. I've been doing music. That is a gift that God gave me. I've been doing hair, makeup, fashion, pretty much all my life. And I have been doing life coaching, lifestyle coaching. And I could not figure out, I even did teaching for a little while, but this was all to develop me and all to bring it to a head. And so, make a long story short, about when I was 40, I'm 43 now, y'all. When I was 40, I had an awakening with myself. Because I was in a deep, deep depression. And I said to myself, I want to live life, and I want to live it fully and truly happy. Like, y'all know, Okay, we could sit and we can act like we got it all together. We could show up and we can look a certain way, but deep down inside, we a mess. And we don't even like our surroundings. We're not happy with what we got going on with ourselves. It looks good to other people, but, and not saying, where you are, don't despise small beginnings, because where you are, God has placed you there, and he elevates us in his timing. But I'm talking about that inner, being content with who you are. And there was some things about myself. I was like, I'm not happy with myself. I'm playing myself down. I'm playing myself down to the wire. I am so, and I'm not boasting or bragging, but I am so much more than what I'm bringing to the table. I am so much more than what I am putting out. There's so much inside of me, and I'm holding on to it because of a person, place, or thing that won't accept me and let me be free. I said, Lord, I want to be free. I said, I want to live a life, and I want to live it happily. I may not have everything, cars, houses, money. I may not have that, but as long as I have joy, I'll be all right. So that's the vow I made to myself. And so I made the vow. I said, you know what? I'm going to have to do and make some changes in my life so that I can see these results. Because what I'm doing now is not producing what I want. So y'all, I had to do a script down. And it was a script down. I had to get completely naked. Not physically naked, but just script everything. Everything that I had tied myself to, every title, everything that I had tied myself to that was trying to give me validation of who I was. Because who I was at the moment, yeah, I had the titles, I had the business, I had this, I had that, I had the life, but I wasn't happy within, and I wasn't living full out. So I had to script everything and start from scratch. And that was the most depressing place, because when you take away all the titles, when you take away the makeup, when you take away the success, when you take away the everything that you have tied yourself to, you really see what you made of. And so I had to start rebuilding. I had to start weeding out some things, some people, some places out of my life. And that is the hardest thing, you guys. We want to take everybody to the next level with us. And I'm not saying like, oh, you beneath me, or no, but there are some things that God wants you to experience. There are some places that you need to go. Not saying you won't revisit, because some of us got to reach back. We got to elevate. Okay? We got to clean our head, space up, and then go back and reach back and grab somebody. So I'm not saying elevate as like you're beneath me. No, elevate as in allow God to show you who you are, show you your purpose, show you why you were put here, and what it is that you can do to make society a better place. A lot of people think like, oh, you got to be in the pulpit to speak into somebody's life. But a lot of people are being helpers one to another right in the grocery store, the cashier. So whatever you find your hands to do, a lot of us have put down our thing that God has given us to use. The Bible say a man or a woman that wins souls is wise. And so we got to be strategic about this thing. We can't just come beating people across their head with, this is it, this is what it is. A lot of people ain't going to accept that. So we have to be wise in how our approach is. And so sometimes that approach could just be the very life that you live in. And so I came to a turning point. And so I'm 43 years old. And I am now free from bondage, from chains, from shame, from all the voices that told me I can't be, who do you think you are? All that stuff started playing in my head. And I had to script it out. I had to be reminded of who God says I am. And so he took me on a journey, y'all. He took me on a journey. And this isn't about me, but this is I'm giving you an example of me being a vehicle that he wants to use to transform people's thinking, their way of living. And I'm not saying like I got it all together. Like I said, this is a journey that I'm going on. And those of you that want to come on. Anybody ever felt like that? Anybody ever felt like it's more to my life? Just put it in the comments. I just want to know if I'm talking your talk. And I'm not even saying, and it ain't even got to be about success. It's like, these are not the people that I want to love me that's around me. I want to feel a different type of love. Like, this ain't love that I'm feeling. Like, what is this? So we gotta evaluate that. Anybody ever felt like that? Anybody ever felt like, you know what? I've gone to school. I've done this. I've done that. And then when it's time to step out, you saying like, oh, am I qualified? Like, who gonna listen to me? Who gonna believe in me? Who gonna take what I got to give and gonna accept it? When you have already went through the process. And so, yes, I felt like that. Okay, I'm so glad. Listen, and honestly, I'm gonna say this. I cried when I looked in the mirror and I began to tell the truth about my life and tell the truth about myself. I cried because some things that we accept, some things that we do, some things that we just allow to feed us every day, it ain't good. It ain't right. It ain't conducive to our growth. It ain't conducive to no growth. And so it was a hard pill to swallow. It was a hard pill to swallow. And I just looked at myself in the mirror and I just cried. Just me. No makeup, no nothing. Just looking at myself and saying, who are you? Do you even know who you are? Who are you? And so I made a vow to say, I'm going to go on a self-discovery to discover myself. And along this journey, y'all, God has been reminding me. So I just want to encourage y'all, before the certificate, before the title, before the business license, God had already qualified you. He saw your purpose before you even knew what you was capable of. So the world needs paperwork to confirm the natural ability. The world needs that. But God has already qualified us. And yes, we're going to go through some things. But that is a part of our process. It does not just come to us like that. Before God called us, he equipped us. And so we have everything that we need if we just look inside of ourselves. Sometimes that equipping, it looks like long nights. Sometimes it looks like heartache and pain. Sometimes it looks like a season where people don't even know what you're going through. People don't even understand what you're going through. Just because your breakthrough is not coming fast enough, it's coming like in bits and pieces, a little bit here, a little bit there, does not mean that God has forgotten about what he started in you. Don't despise small beginnings. Don't drop your faith because things are not looking the way that you think they should look, or it's taking longer than you thought it was going to take. Some things take 10 years to develop. Some things take 20 years to develop. But if you're building something that takes 10 years, is it not worth building? So chip away at it, one thing at a time. And every small win is a part of the masterpiece that God has constructed in you. So, the beginning of the next best version of whom God created you to be starts with confronting the truth of who you really are. Yes, you got to confront it. And listen, it's awareness. It's okay. We all have fallen short. We all have done some things. We all have accepted some things. And sometimes we can look in the mirror and say, I cannot believe this is what I am accepting. This is what I am settling for. But the truth will set you free. The process is necessary. Yes, the process, listen, he who started a great work in you will complete it. He will complete it. So listen, I just want to encourage you all on tonight. Like, don't get caught up. Some of y'all got master's degrees and you got placed something in your heart. And don't think like, oh, how is that gonna be? You know, like we look at these different job titles and we like, well, that ain't nothing. That don't have no meaning to it. Like, what is that? You know, we begin to rank ourselves. But you know what I found out recently, y'all? God began to show me how important a banker, the people you go sit in the bank, how important they are. How important your car insurance agent is. When life get to lifing, and you gotta make decisions and do stuff and you don't know, that's not your expertise. God will place you with somebody that he has placed in that particular title to help one of his own. So one of his own helps and connects and help one of his own. So a job or degree doesn't define your true identity. Yes, before the certificate, before the title, before the degree, God already knew what he was qualifying you for. That was just a part of your process. And so I'm so glad you said that. Like we, and I'm going to say we, cannot get caught up in titles and position, because God just looking for a willing vessel. And I'm telling you, he'll thrust that willing vessel way past somebody that's arrogant and he can't do nothing with. So don't despise where your beginning starts. Listen, y'all. The truth is, as confident as I look, the truth is, as well put together, it look like I can put things together. When I tell you, doubt be knocking at my door, I have to fight doubt every single day. I have to fight doubt every single day. I have to fight doubt every single day. And I'm sure you do as well. I'm sure you have to fight doubt every time your feet hit the floor. I'm sure you have to fight doubt. And so you got to just keep reminding yourself, and you got to just keep telling yourself, Like, write the vision, make it plain, so you will be able to run and don't look back. So, y'all, listen, thank y'all so much. Y'all just don't know what encouragement it is to just see y'all show up. And thank you so much for tagging people. This is a way, a space for healing and transformation. Like, knowing our purpose. And if you don't know your purpose, a lot of people may not know their purpose, and that's okay. Ask God to show you your purpose. Ask him to, give you insight on what it is that you were sent here to do. Why you living this life? Yeah, you're not just here to look good. You're not just here to drive the fancy cars. You're not just here. Yeah, that's a part of it. But what are you here for? What is your purpose? And when we begin to flow in our purpose, that is when our glow come back. That is when our heart heals. That is when our heart heals. So anything that you are lacking, do it for somebody else. If you lacking love, show love to other people. That's what heals your heart. And when your heart heals, your glow returns. And a glow is not in the makeup. It's not in the clothes. It's not in the hairstyles. It's not in the nails. It's in that innermost being that's shining, saying, I'm alive. I'm living a life that was purposed and destined for me. And so that's a good feeling, y'all. It really is. And so that's where I am. I want to live, I want to laugh, and I want to love anybody that come in my presence. And we got to protect that. We have to protect that. So I just want to share a little bit. Y'all, if y'all have any questions or anything that that's on y'all heart about this situation, like, I know this is a vulnerable subject. It really is. And that's why I said, you know what? Why not let me come? Because a lot of people feel like you got it all together. And there was a time that I was right here in this space that I'm in right now, sleeping on an air mattress. Okay? Sleeping on an air mattress. Could not get up. The only thing that was keeping me in my daily routine is because I had to get up and get the kids to school. Then I come back home, lay back down in a state of depression because I'm not living my life full out. I'm not doing what it is that God has called me to do. I'm saying, well, maybe, I'm going to get myself together, and then I'm going to wait till it get, I get all this stuff together and get perfect, and then I'm going to start on the vision. No, bits and pieces. Start right where you are. When we begin to put our feet to the plow, God will begin to give us like little insights. And so the way this thing works, so somebody who may feel like that, if you feeling right now like, when I get myself together, when I got to get this in place, I got to get that in place, and then I'm going to start. Okay, then I'm going to put, then I'm going to put it together, and then it's going to look like it's supposed to be. But when we begin to put our hands to the plow with what we have, because the Bible says we have everything we need. So you have everything you need right now. You may think you need something else, but right now you got everything you need. And that's where we're going to start at. Okay, what do I have in my hands right now that I can start whatever it is right now? And what happens is, listen, what happens is God will begin to give you little nuggets. So he say, I'm not going to give you the insight while you laying in that bed, while you laying on that air mattress. I'm not giving you no insight. You can keep saying, Lord, I'm waiting. Well, I'm waiting too. I'm waiting on you to put something into motion. And when you get to that first door, I will open it and give you access. But you first got to get to the door and put the key in to get the access. I'm not going to show you what's behind the door. I'm not showing you that. No. Step by step. Do what I have called you to do. It's like we can't get from 1 to 5. We got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so it comes like that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. We cannot skip. So if you feeling like you're waiting on God, I'm here to tell you he's waiting on you. He's waiting on you. You got the idea. You know what it is. You can start today. Start. And he'll begin to show you. He'll begin to place people in your path. Okay, some of y'all saying, I just need help. I just need help. Lord, I don't, that was my cry. I just don't know. I even said, listen, let me tell y'all what I said. If y'all remember a couple months ago, maybe a month ago, I remember saying, Lord, this is so much. Maybe 2 months ago, I don't know. But I was saying, Lord, this is too much. This is too much for one person. I need to clone myself, or I need a personal assistant that thinks the way I do. I said it. I said it on live. That's what I said. Now, I know I can't clone myself. So even though I said that, it was like, girl, you just talking. But I'm serious. I'm like, Lord, that's what I need. And that's what I thought I needed. So, okay, you know you can't clone yourself. Okay, a personal assistant that thinks like you, maybe that's possible. Okay, maybe that's possible. But I was believing God. I'm like, Lord, I don't know how you going to do this, but I need you. And lo and behold, y'all, tonight, Tunisha Hill has a personal assistant that thinks the way she thinks. Listen, I can ask my personal assistant anything, and we can get the job done. And you know, our ways are not like his ways. It didn't come in the way that I thought it was going to come, but it came. And listen, God is a God of a second chance. And so as many times as I laid this down, he has given me a chance to pick it back up. So I'm here to tell you, you can pick it back up. You can pick it up. You can start again. You can do it. You can do it. So, let's see. I'm just read a couple comments. And so, Shanika says, I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, Shanika says, I'm trying to go back to her comment. She says, encourage, inspire, and motivate us. So, Shanika, I'm so glad that you said that. So, God had given me, with my life coaching, when I was going through all of that, all of this brainstorming, he was like, there's going to be a place that you meet. Meet, M-E-E-T. Motivate, encourage, empower, and teach. And so I have been sitting on that for so long. And I'm like, what is this? Like, it did not make sense to me. But it's all coming full circle. It's all coming full circle. And he just beginning to show me, like, he's backtracking me where I was so confused. He brought clarity to me. And he did it through bringing me a purpose pusher. I was just, and I kid y'all not, I was just about to be like, Lord, you know, sometimes we talk about different things. And when one thing ain't working and one thing ain't, and this ain't working, it's like you see the full picture, but pieces aren't coming together. And you begin to say, is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Maybe I should be doing something else. Maybe I had it wrong. Maybe, no, you didn't. Don't change a thing. Maybe I should switch it up. Maybe I should do something else. And so what I learned from my accountability partner is that you only get tired of you. You only get tired of like repetition. It's somebody out there who has never seen you. So keep saying what you're saying. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep it going, because just because you tired of it, it's somebody out there who's never heard it before. And so where it is you trying to say, maybe I should change it. If you change it, then they're not going to hear the message. They're not going to hear what it is that they need to hear. So keep showing up, saying the same thing. Repeat yourself over and over and over and over again, because only person tired of you is you. Somebody else, you're a light bulb to them. You're hope. You're peace. You have introduced them to their purpose. And now, as I introduce you to your purpose, listen, God gonna take the rest, and then he gonna just take you and just, but first we have to come and be aware that there is purpose in life. And so my job is just to let you know that there is purpose. Now, I can't show you your purpose. I can't give you your purpose. Only God can have that space. But he's using me as a vehicle to help you be aware that there is something called purpose. And what it is the reason you were here. The reason, the divine assignment that you have connected to your life. And so that's my job. And I'm going to keep on, and I'm going to keep on, and I'm going to keep on saying it until it sinks in and that light bulb go off. So Lysandra says, how to be real with yourself when you've been lying to yourself for so long, being someone you're not, seeking validation from people that don't deserve your friendship or relationship. So, Lysandra, all I can say is, how can you be real with yourself? You ask, how can you be real with yourself? You got to take off the mask. A lot of people ain't ready to take the mask off. A lot of people, I'm going to use this as an example. So, and this is just practical, just to kind of give you an insight on how we do. So, a lot of times, I would not come on live if I wasn't looking like this. Okay? So, that stopped me a lot of the times. And a lot of times God had given me something to say, and I wouldn't say it because I didn't look like this. You know how they say I woke up like this? We want people to think we woke up like this. Well, if you seen my video from a couple days ago, you know I don't wake up like this. And that was very hard for me to do. But it's me coming out my comfort zone, showing that I'm a real person. This that you see is the reflection and the glow of God. But me as myself, the me that I am, I'm just as normal. I'm just as plain. I'm just as, and I don't mean this in a way to like that dumbing myself down, but I'm just as not so good looking. Cause I can look real good made over. But when we take off the filters, and when we take off the makeup, and when we take off the glam, who are we? Who when we look in the mirror, like when we look at ourselves, deep within ourselves, who are we? So how you can be real with yourself is ask yourself the question, who are you? Like, look at yourself. And I literally had to do that. Look in the mirror, no makeup, no nothing. Who are you? No titles. Yeah, I know you somebody mama. Who are you? Before the titles, before all the other stuff that you've attached yourself to give you validation, before all the people you've attached yourself to give you validation, who are you? And what do you stand for? And what do you bring to the table? And honestly, it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. But I promise you, if you let your heart break, if you tell yourself the truth, if you say, why did I accept this? What's broken in me that allows me to accept somebody treating me like this? Somebody using me? Somebody telling me what I'm not when I know what I am? Somebody who don't really see me for me? Somebody who see the outer but won't even look on the inside to get to know who I am. Sometimes and this is the truth. You can be in relationships. You can have family and they still not know who the real you is. That's just what it is. They do not know who the real you. They do not know your authentic self. And sometimes it's sad that you around people and they don't really know you. So then you begin to dummy yourself down, be quiet. Well, I ain't gonna say nothing because they ain't gonna really understand where I'm coming from. Or I ain't gonna talk like that because they're gonna think X, Y, and Z. So that's why I say you gotta weed out everything that doesn't align with who you are truly, and that's gonna get you off focus. You gotta weed it out. Not saying you won't revisit it, but you gotta weed it out until you get clarity on who you really are. And once you get clarity, something that God dropped in my spirit, he says, I say, well, how do I make decisions? He said, when you know what you want, it'll be very easy for you to tell what you don't want. So when you know what you want in life, when you know where you're trying to go in life, it'll be very easy to wean out people that don't align with that. Cause you got a friend, you trying to further your education in school and go to school and be focused. And then you got a friend over here that's telling you, come on girl, let's go here, let's go there, let's go. And it ain't gotta be to the club. It could be, let's go out to eat, let's go. They just trying to keep you busy. And you've already established with them like, hey, listen, I'm focused on this. And if they're still trying to pull you away, that lets you know this person is not assigned to my life at this moment. Not saying they not assigned in general, but at this moment, I need purpose pushers. I need somebody that's going to be like, hey, girl, you got that work done today? Okay, I'm proud of you. All right, I was just checking on you, seeing what you was doing. All right, get back to work. All right, we'll talk later. And they're not offended that you have to take time to yourself. And I think we have to be alone with ourselves. Sometimes we want to be around people and we have to be alone with ourselves. Not saying we isolated. A lot of people say, well, don't be isolated. You know, you can't do this thing alone. No, you can't do it alone. But isolation and aloneness is two different things. I need to hear my own thoughts. I need to know, I need to ask myself questions. And so, Lysandra, to answer your questions, what I begin to do is, when things don't line up, I begin to just ask myself, in my quiet time, when something happened, dang, that didn't feel right, or that didn't seem right, or that's not even, I wouldn't have did that to nobody, or I don't see how that's acceptable. Is that what I want to accept? Is that what, is that in alignment with where I'm going? No. I'm going to have to. And I'm not saying push everybody away, but sometimes people, listen, You hear it enough, you'll believe it. You'll start believing it if you hear it enough. So sometimes we have to get alone. And we have to get in our Bible. I know. I just said a curse word. I did. I know. I did. Because nobody want to read their Bible. And honestly, y'all, I feel you. Been there, done that. I feel you. I had to pray and ask God to help me to read my Bible. To help me. To help me read. How you gonna help me read? Because soon as it's open, I get sleepy. And I just go to sleep. I just go to sleep. And so, because I was not building myself in that. You read one little verse, and that's taken. And for some of us, yeah, that has taken us a long way. But in the next season that you in, it's going to require more. It's going to require you getting up earlier. It's going to require you putting something in your brain. It's going to require you having, working out. It's going to require you putting in the work. We not babies no more. It's like, how am I going to trust you how can I entrust in you responsibility when you can't even take care of your own responsibility? So we're going to have to show ourselves approved. So that's why I say, when you get to that door, then I open the next door. I'm not finna give you all this and then you blow it. I'm not finna give you all this access and then you blow it. I'm not finna give you access to millions and you can't even talk to one or two or three. That's why I say all I need is one person. I'm good with that. Like, we can sit here and we can talk. Because the message is the message. The message is always going to be the message. The goal is always going to be the goal. So, I'm just trying to make sure I did all the... And going through the process, God will show you people for who they truly are. Yes, He will. Shanika, you are absolutely right. And let me tell y'all. Something. When God began to show you the hand of people and who they truly are, brace yourself. Because that alone will send you into a setback if you're not ready for that. If you're not ready, and before God begin to show you, pray and ask God, say, Lord, guard my heart. Guard my heart. So that once you begin to show me these things, it don't take the wind out of me. It don't, because I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You see me here right now and confident, but when I tell you this is the best, worst season of my life, when I say the best, worst season of my life, truly, I thought this last blow was gonna be the one that take me out. Yeah. This the one right here. But even in that, God showing you who's around you, and it's heartbreaking. And it don't mean that, everybody's evil. It just means that I need you to see. I need you to see what you're working with. I need you to see what's around you. I need you to see. I need you to be aware. I don't need you walking blindly. I need you. Sometimes we be just going like a kid in the candy store. We ain't paying attention to nothing. Somebody done grabbed you up, snatched you, and put you in the van. And they gone taking off with you. Because you ain't paying attention. That's how the enemy comes. He comes to steal, kill, and destroy. And so, yeah. When he starts showing you yourself And when he starts showing you other people, that's a season where it can put you in a setback. And because you'll either don't want to believe it, or you will be so disappointed and so heartbroken that it'll take you into a state of depression. So we got to gird ourselves up. And so that's why I say we got to get in our Bible. We got to begin to conversate with God. And I know for some people, because we got some people who are, they spiritual, they know about all this, God stuff. But then we got some people who don't know nothing. And so that's where I'm at, in the middle, to help those that know everything and those that don't know nothing. Like, I ain't trying to make it so, I'm just trying to make it so a fool will not err. And I ain't calling nobody a fool, but so a fool won't even err. And so we got to begin to talk to God. Just like we call our friend, girl, listen, let me tell you what happened today. Lord, listen. Oh, they tried me today. They did. They tried me. I don't know. I'm about ready to go off. What? I don't know what. Listen, you're going to have to do something because I'm about ready to give up. I'm about ready to, no, this ain't for me. Like, you're going to have to show me something. He can understand you just like that. And he'll begin to show you stuff. When I begin to ask God, like all this stuff that I've been doing, what is this, And he began to tell me, like, where I'm going, what he has for me. Don't give up. Like, it's coming in process. Like, people and you get tired, and you get tired of, like, waiting on development. But I love it. God say, I love to see you start as a caterpillar, and to see you rolling on your belly, and then to see you get into that cocoon. And then, like, those are ugly stages to you, but I love it because I know what the finishing product is going to be. And I even see it before you even notice it. You even know what you are. I already see it. And so we have to begin to talk to our Creator. He created us. He knows. We don't even know. And so I just want to encourage y'all. Y'all beautifully made. Listen. Beautifully, wonderfully, carefully made. Don't be ashamed of what he made. Don't be afraid of what he made, because we got some powerful, powerful beings that you possess a lot. And so you almost afraid of your own self. You almost afraid of your own self. You afraid of what you possess. You afraid of how it could be taken. And you afraid, like you literally afraid. God has shown you who you are. And he's shown you the depth that you have, the power that you have, the ability that you have. And you do it like nothing. Like it's nothing. Because that's the gift that God has given you. And so don't dummy down who you are. Those who cannot accept what God made, that's their problem. You were made to be a solution for somebody waiting on you. Somebody's life depends on you. Why you sitting up there trying to see if you qualified, if God has already qualified you. Before you even started the process, you were qualified. He has taken you through your steps of, listen, we all be tested. We're tested. So anything that you are doing right now, you've already paid the penalty. You've tested and you have aced to move on. So when the doubt come in my mind and say, who are you? Who are you to tell somebody something? The fact that I'm here right now in front of you, lets me know that I'm qualified. Because I wouldn't be here if I was not qualified. I wouldn't be at this stage if I was not qualified. So that lie, the enemy can go take to somebody else. And then God will just begin to remind you that you are qualified. I'm telling y'all, listen. I don't know what you may be going through. I don't know what's in your brain, what's your hiccup. But if you, and I know some people, we are private. We are. But sometimes we got to boldly say what it is. Because if we continue to hide it and cover it up, then we can never be healed from it. We have to expose the enemy and the lies that he's telling. And so a lot of it was fear. Are you good enough? I am good enough. You want to know how I'm good enough? God reminded me on this week that I am good enough. You pour and pour into others, but never pour into yourself. Self should always come first. And you know what? That sounds amazing. And I used to say it all the time. Self-love, self-love. But you know what? Recently here, God, I had a conversation with me and God. We be talking. We be like, we be talking some crazy stuff. And I was like, Lord, I don't got no time. I do so much. And that was the lie that I was telling myself. And he said, you do? I said, yeah, I'm just so busy. Oh, I'm so exhausted. See, Lord, I got to drink energy drinks. I don't got enough time to do. He just let me ramble on. I was rambling on. And I say, oh, I got to do this. And, I can't do this and I can't. He just let me talk. And I think I was going on for about a week. Just talking, saying what was my hiccup and why I couldn't show up and why I couldn't. And he said, you know what? He said, let me tell you something. He said, anytime somebody call you, right, to help them out, they can call you. It could be whatever. And he just began to show me certain things. He said, you'll get up at 4 o'clock in the morning if you have to, just so that you can be ready for whatever you got to do. He say, people call you and you show up. You be in that car. It's crazy. He say, you be in that car. You put on that makeup. You be getting dressed in that car. You got it down to a science for showing up for other people. But when it comes to showing up for yourself, when it comes for doing some of the things that is leading you to your purpose and what I have called you to do, and I'm calling you to it, and you delaying, you don't put that same energy into what you got to do. And so one day, when I did that video, I was like, oh, Lord, I ain't got on no makeup and I got to go to the stove and I got to do this, but I got to get this video out. How am I finna do all this? If I go all the way back home, he said, there you go with your excuses. What you trying to do? What you trying to accomplish? Get a video. Okay. Hit the button. I can't do this like this. Look at this. Look at me. Hit the button. Made the video. I did what I had to do for myself, and I did what I had to do for somebody else, which is, it's a lot of things that are required by our hands. But we got to make us first priority. And sometimes we prioritize other people and don't prioritize ourselves first. And so, listen, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all a testimony of or a story time or something. And we're gonna end it after this. We're gonna end it after this. If nobody has no questions or anything. I'm going to go through and see if you have questions. Hey, Joy. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Those of you who are just tuning in, thank y'all so much. Hey, Anna. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. But let me tell y'all something. I learned a valuable lesson at my prom. I have been going to prom each year since my 9th grade year. Just going, it wasn't nothing, just going. And as you know, because I had a date. And so it was finally my prom. And I was so excited. Like, for me, my appearance was not really where I wanted it to be. So this prom, look, I got my hair done. I got this nice dress. My mom had it tailored. I was just telling her the story the other day. She didn't even remember. And this was so devastating to me in my life. She didn't remember. So I had this nice, beautiful dress. It was tailored to my body. I was like a pencil. But this dress made me look like, ooh, I was so beautiful. And then I got my hair done. And I had these little rhinestones in my hair. It was red. My dress was red. I was supposed to go, so my date, his tux was white and red, you know, with the bow tie. And it was at the same place. The tux and the dress was at the same place. I had to pick it up. And they had to, you know, tailor my dress and tailor the suit. So we had to pick it up on that Saturday. Saturday comes. Somebody called me because I was doing hair way back in high school. And somebody called me and said, oh, can you help my friend out? Somebody was supposed to do her hair and they stood her up and she has nobody to do her hair. And you do hair so good. Here we go. Here go this bait. You do hair so good, you know. So I'm saying to myself, oh, somebody want me to do their hair for prom? Like, that's a big deal. So yeah, tell her to come on. I'll do her hair. There we go with that validation. So I do her hair. It's beautiful, okay? Something kind of like what I got right here. She had the little candy curls in the front, picked up, and it was beautiful. So she loved. I was so proud of myself. I was like, oh, girl, you did that. So we go to pick up by this time we go to pick up the suit and the dress. Gets there, y'all. The door is locked. And a sign on there say, we will open on Monday morning. So apparently, I was devastated. Apparently, they closed early on Saturdays. They did a half a day instead of a full day. So here I am thinking I got until 3 o'clock to go get my stuff. I didn't have until 12. Well, my dress, my beautiful dress, and his tux is in the place. Now, we done paid for this. We done paid for the alterations. But guess what? That ain't my fault. That's what they're like. They're saying that ain't my fault. You were supposed to pick up your stuff. I'm so busy doing somebody's hair, looking for validation, trying to make myself relevant, and I was so devastated. So, of course, my mom and my sisters, they came together, gave me a dress. It was cute. It was black, little rhinestones. It was cute. I ain't gonna lie. It was cute. But it wasn't what I knew I wanted to look like for prom. I was gonna be beautiful. I had gloves. It was finna be amazing. Okay. Long story short, he had to find something else to wear too. So now we're not even matching. So I was so devastated. I went into prom for 15 minutes. As soon as I walked in, first thing I see is the person who I did. It just broke my heart. I just left and was crying. I was so devastated. So I said all that to say this, y'all. Sometimes we got to prioritize what we know we need to prioritize before we try to help anybody else. Helping is good, but don't be so busy doing what's good that you don't do what you should. And so what you should do is work on that thing that God has planted in your spirit. You know he's telling you to do it. And you got everything coming before you. Yeah, we all got responsibility. But find some time, if it ain't nothing but 30 minutes in a day, to bring yourself closer to your purpose, your life purpose. And one thing I heard, and this helped me out so much, and this was like my turning point of like, girl, you better get yourself together. I heard something. I can't even remember. I can't even remember where I heard this from, but I heard it, and if it, this ain't come from me, so I'm speaking from what somebody else said. But they said, if you do not know what to do with your life and how to build your life, someone with your talents, someone will come along and use your talents to help build the life that they have built. So either you're going to build, and it's okay. I'm not saying don't help others. I'm not saying don't help others. And sometimes we have to say no, but I ain't saying make that a whole full practice. Because some of y'all be ready. No. And then now we get into a state of selfishness. I'm not saying be selfish. But I'm saying the same way you want to help somebody else and you got an urge because you want to see them, progress, have that same energy for you. Will do it for you. Yes, do it for you. Tell others no. Absolutely perfectly acceptable. Yes, sometimes we be in a season of no. Don't mean we're going to stay there. But we have to. That's just like when you go to school. In order for you to be a doctor, you got to go to school. And it's some things you ain't going to be able to do. But you will never be a doctor if you never go to school. So, listen, y'all. Put y'all hands to the plow. God will begin to remind you that you're qualified. Okay? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Us helping others should not drain us emotionally and physically. Exactly. It should be that we're pouring from a cup that is full, so it don't weigh us out. But when we're pouring from an empty cup, that is when we're drained, or when we dimming ourselves down. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Listen, I hope this was, I don't know what you guys were expecting when you came on, but this is what God gave me, and I hope that if it helps you, listen, if it helps you, go help somebody else. The same information, the light bulb that came on for you, go help somebody else. Because we got people out here in depression, and it's not because of situations, and yeah, life happens, but a lot of the depression that's going on is because they're not living full out. And they've dumbed themselves down. They've buried their talent. They buried their dream. They buried their purpose. They buried their destiny. And they're not even showing up for themselves. So, thank you so much. I'm going to keep showing up. I don't know in what form. Because listen, I don't know what form. I'm just going to the door and I'm going to turn the key and whatever. So, this is a journey, y'all. Like, y'all will be the first ones to see what God do. Those who start the journey with me, and then you know how, I don't know what he going to do. I wish I did. I had a clue. But when I started, thinking I know what he got going on and trying to move and how it was weighing me down. And so I'm releasing my control and I'm giving him full control over my life, because you know what? He know what to do with it. I don't know what to do with this life. I mean, I got a clue, but I can fail myself. And when I looked in the mirror, I realized that I can fail my own self. I can love myself so dearly and fail myself. So we got to lean and depend on him. So y'all, I'm going to close out with a prayer because I believe we should seal it. And I believe that it can just help us, for those of you that may not know how to pray, just to give you a little insight on just what we gonna say. You can close your eyes if you want to. You can keep them open if you want to. You can kneel if you want to. You can sit down in your chair. You can stand up if you want to. Like, it's no specific posture except for our heart's posture to him, you know, and giving him our heart. And so right now, what my heart is saying is, thank you, Lord, for this day. It has been an amazing day for me. It has been the day that you have made. It has been a day of transformation for me and for those of you who have joined in. And those, Lord, you know who was going to join, you know what they need, you know why they need it. And so, Lord, I thank you for the wisdom that you have given me. I thank you for the knowledge that you have placed into me. I thank you for using me as a vessel to direct your people back to you so that they can go and make disciples, because that's what you have created us to do. Lord, we ask that you seal this word. We ask that you plant it in their heart. You say some plant, some water, but it's you that do the increase. And Lord, we ask that you increase everything that has been planted, everything that has been watered on this live on tonight. We ask that you increase it. Lord, increase our faith. Increase our faith that we can believe in something that we have not yet seen, not yet heard, not even entered into our hearts. Increase our faith, Lord, and continue to show us ourselves. Continue to show us who you have called us to be, and continue to show us whenever we come out of alignment with who that is, and help us, Lord, to quickly get back in alignment. I thank you for your vessels that you have entrusted into my hands on tonight to part wisdom. And I thank you, Lord, for just this is like a faith walk for me, Lord. Thank you for allowing me to demonstrate my faith, because I can't speak on what's to come, but I just feel that it's something great, and I feel that you are setting it up. And just like you setting it up in my life, you setting it up in the lives of each person on this live. And Lord, just begin to show them that gift that you have given them. Show them their purpose. And all of these things we ask. And we bind any spirit that tries to come and uproot what has been planted on tonight. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. That's going to be it. Hopefully I can go live on TikTok next time, y'all. But listen, before we go, y'all, this is a small win, okay? So, this is just a small win. And I got to share this with y'all. And this is not to boast or brag, but this is just like me talking to God and him just like reminding me. So, I'm going to show y'all some of the stuff that he just put in my way on this week. Like when that doubt was setting in, and you know, just all that stuff, he was like, I have qualified you. I qualified you. Not only did I qualify you, I have certified you. And literally certified you. Like, you're certified for this stuff, girl. So no, I was going through stuff, trying to make room and and I came across stuff and I said, Lord, I'm finna go and I'm finna frame all of this stuff, because sometimes we have accomplishments and we throw them over here, throw them over there. No, I need to frame this stuff. This is a part of a small win. Like, this is how far I've come. So he showed me this. This was my cosmetology picture when I was going to school for hair, makeup, and all of that. Like 2008 is how long I've been doing hair. Like that's yeah. My certification for life coaching, and I don't not only have one, I have like different ones. And guess what, y'all? This the one that pricked my heart and told and that told me that you on the right road. Remember I said I want to be happy? I literally took a course on happiness. Literally on happiness in life coaching. Symbis certified. Relationships. I'm telling y'all, my college degree in all of my business certificates that I have gained along the way. Like, I ain't just so happily, show up here. And I needed that, y'all. I did. I needed that because I'm gonna tell y'all why I needed that. And whatever you need for God to show you and like validate you, let him show it to you. I needed that. Sometimes we can do things and we say, oh, that ain't nothing. But it's something. I have worked hard. And this has always been a goal of mine. And now that I am here, one thing the devil can't do, he can't take nothing from us. But we can sure give it away. I dare not give this away. I will not give away the chance to be able to impact lives. Like, that's been my whole goal. That's why I did all of this. I wanted to impact the lives of people. And so, years later, even a decade later, like, I'm here. So I'm going to keep showing up. You keep showing up. You are qualified. You certified. Ask God to show you what you need to see. That's that looking in the mirror. What you need to see to show you yourself. And once you know, can't nobody take that from y'all. So that's going to be it for tonight, y'all. Listen, I can ramble. So I hope it wasn't too long. If it was, I don't know. This is what he gave me on tonight. Maybe he'll reconstruct some other kind of way. But I thank God for beauty, inner beauty, and faith. And so when our inner beauty begins to radiate, when we start living the life that we were created to live, living the life that we were meant to live, living the life that we actually want to live, it gives us validation. It gives us hope. It gives us peace. And that glow begins to glow on the outside. So I'm here to tell y'all, when y'all begin to dress up from now on, from this day forward, you're going to have a different look on you. It's going to be a different kind of glow. It's going to be a different kind of glow. So thank y'all for tuning in. And until we meet again, I need y'all to be blessed.